Hey, good morning, everybody. What's going on? It is a pleasure to be here this morning. So it is Tuesday, October 11th, 2022, in case you're wondering what year it was. And so the market is dropping yet again today. We get this very obvious recession inbound. And I'm going to adjust my chair because I'm as low as the market is. There we go. Let's get stretched out, get ready for a trading day. So let's go ahead and dive into these charts, huh? And let's see what's going down. Switch over to this one here. Boom. All right. So taking a look at the pre-market, what was going on in pre. You can see in pre-market, before the market opened at 6:30 this morning on the Pacific side of the United States, you can see the market was actually ripping all the way up to hitting these, what is that, 36.25, 36.24. But if we pull out on like a 10-day chart, you can see that we are dropping. We're down almost $300 or so on the S&P 500. So we've dropped pretty substantially, gave up any of the gains that came from this dead cat bounce from just about a week ago, where we were hitting 35.70s and we ripped all the way up to that 38.20. We've come all the way back down and we are just about $20 off of that 10-day low. If we go out 20 days, you can see that we're kind of hitting a double bottom here. Yeah, so here's the last 20 days. So 20 days ago, S&P 500 was up at 41.75. Now here we are 20 days later, and we're riding 3,600. So we've lost almost $600 in the last 20 days out of the S&P 500. Now, for reference, that $600 represents billions or possibly even trillions of dollars to the overall market, because this is 500 different stocks, and so that represents all the investors amongst all those different stocks. So it's pretty insane to see it drop that much. So we've got this very obvious recession inbound. We've got Jerome Powell talking about there will be pain, as he stated in his own words. You can tell I feel a little animated today. That's all good. So the real cue that we have is, are we, since we're day trading this and we're not investing in this, we're not as affected by the recession as, say, somebody who's long-term investing these type of things. So it's not as much of our concern because we can trade on the way down. We can also trade on the way up on these bounces. So today we've had this almost probably hit our low of the day. At this 35.80.25. We're riding under VWAP now. We've had one rip up and a pullback, and so the next stop would be right here at the volume weighted average price, which is right at $3,600, which is probably going to be a really strong point of resistance. But I actually think that 36.05 might be a stronger point, just because we got this 200 simple moving average up there. So let's take a look and see if we've got some trades available to us. We did just get a cyan switch on the TTM. So we may see like a pullback maybe to this like 50 moving average. But I'm going to go ahead and join the bid right there and see if we can get a quick move to the upside, or I'll just quick move to the downside. That's not good. But I still have confidence in this trade, just because I could have got a better entry, and I honestly should have waited for this full pullback, but that's okay. I still feel pretty confident in this trade just because we got this TTM switching, and that went from 0.5 to 1.3, so indicating a reasonable amount of momentum to the upside. Pull all the way up still. Well, there's that trade. Okay, so that's up $250. And it is ripping, just like I said, right up to the volume weighted average price. It may just kiss it and reject it, but you know, that's on some other stuff. Pulling back now. maybe a good day to trade or to take scalps. But you can see, like, as like with this candle here, there are some rip opportunities today. So I may be looking for some like 12 tick trades if we get another opportunity like this. I was just a little bit late in getting here, so I was having an issue with the email. I don't know why. This is the weirdest thing. There's 10 seconds left in this candle. Still pulling back a little bit. I'm gonna go for 6 ticks and join the bid here. I I was waiting for the candle to actually finish. Went a little overzealous. I think the caffeine maybe a little hit me. Our exit point is at 35.9850, so looking for that run up to 3600. So I mentioned in the email about the recession inbound and talking about some of the opportunities, what that really represents. As I've stated before, recessions make more millionaires than bull markets do. And that's just on facts, because basically, when things go into recession, it opens up the opportunity for anybody who'd been diligent saving their capital during the bull market. It opens up the opportunity for those people to take advantage of low prices that come with recessions. One thing that tends to happen with recessions, we get this glut of oversupply, and that drives down prices. And we sort of end up a lot of times with that glut of oversupply because a lot of everyday people don't have the funds to spend on additional things. Going to cut this trade right here. That's a profit of just over 250 bucks. I shouldn't have cut it. Just rip. That's all good. We only lost one tick down from what we were actually originally shooting for. So we got 5 ticks instead of 6. Whoopity-doo. All right, let's see. Let's go for 12. All right, so we are running into this view up here. This could just be a straight up resistance, just straight down to the downside. But given the momentum of the TTM, as well as the positioning of the 9 EMA, the 12 EMA, and the 50 EMA, and the 35 and the 26, just the lineup of every moving average that we have going on here looks really solid. I actually wish I would have taken that pop right there off the view app. That's all right. We'll look for a little micro pullback. There's that 200 moving average resistance that I talked about. This is one of the strongest points of resistance that I have been able to determine out of any indicator that's out there, and it just draws it for you. I love this indicator. Joining the bid here, looking for a pop up through the 200 moving average. Maybe a little ambitious. Taking the profit right there. That's another $375, putting us up $875 off of 3 trades. So let's go ahead and make sure that we factor in our fees off those 3 trades. That's 15 contracts. That's 4.36. Definitely could have held that. So that's $65.40 in fees so far. So just up above $800 on the day when we factor in those fees. Now remember, guys, this is a simulator account and not a real cash account. So I want that to make that absolutely clear for transparency purposes. We are practicing for the evaluation. Obviously, you guys know that I did a ton of practice last week for an eval, and I'm continuing that practice through the week today. Yesterday we had a pretty bad losing day, but that's okay because we did really, really solid last week. Following this strategy. So, alrighty, all true. Hey, what's up, Adam? It's good to see you here, brother. Always love and appreciate you. Yeah, Adam. So I've been trading this new strategy, dude. I'm gonna throw this up here just because I like the praise. I appreciate it. Um, I've been following this different strat, dude, and it's really working out quite well. I want to take it to the evaluation, but I haven't done it yet. Just I'm really trying to test this against market conditions. So last week we tested this against a bull market, so it was like bullish all week last week, and we're looking very bearish this week. So I want to test the same strategy in that bearish market. Basically, we're following reverse trends, and I should honestly jump back into the chart, but we're following reverse trends, and we're looking for moves that are just exactly like this. We have this rip, this consolidation, followed by a second rip. And we usually get 3 rips before we get big pullbacks. Um, our biggest area of resistance right now is going to be this 200 moving average. I wouldn't be surprised if this consolidates here for a couple of minutes before it moves on upward. Um, but during that consolidation, we may see some pullbacks to like the 9 EMA as well as the volume weighted average price, which are almost in the same location. So secondly, it would be, kind of a pullback to both. But if we do look at the TTM, and this is one thing this is one of my favorite indicators, and the reason being, see, there's that pullback. The reason being is because I can judge the momentum before the move happens a lot of the time. So we were expecting this rip to the upside because we're looking at this TTM here. So with that TTM, one of the biggest things that we're looking for is that momentum stacking on itself. Okay, so so if we look down here, you can see right here in this little spot where the cyan text is. You can see it went from 3.8 to 4.9 to 6.5. And so when it's stacking with that much momentum, anything above like 0.7 for the momentum that is continuing to stack, there's a high probability that it's going to continue to rip to the upside, because what that's showing to us is that we're getting more buyers than we're getting sellers. So it's really a sentiment and a momentum indicator. That's one of the reasons why I love this indicator so much, is because it really helps me determine that momentum before I take the trade. So I'm not judging all that momentum based off candle movement alone. Okay, so came up and kissed that 200. Next, I'll be looking for a potential pullback to like this 9. We may not get it. We may just get a rip right on through. But bounce off the 9, honestly, would look healthier to me. Excuse me for coughing in the mic. My apologies. Alrighty. Hey, what's up, Tiny? Great to see you here. You got the notifications, dude. I'm so happy. I know it's been a pain in the butt. Yeah, Adams, I was considering making a straight up training video on this strategy itself. Let me know if you'd want to see that. It's been pretty solid. So right now we're looking for a pullback to that 9, possibly to the volume weighted average price, but I'd be happier if it pulled back only to the 9. A pullback to the 9 itself and then a bounce off that would look, in my opinion, would look really healthy for continued momentum. Let's go ahead and jump to the 5-minute chart here real fast. So on the 5-minute chart, we got a possible crossover. We get that crossover, we have a lot more opportunity toward the upside. On the TTM, on the 5-minute chart, you can see we bounce off of the lows here of 35.80, and it's continuing to stack as well. Now it's continuing to stack though at exponential levels. So it went from 11 to 7 to 5 or 4. It's kind of in between right now. So that looks really good for if we get a cyan switch on the 5-minute chart. And on the 5 minute chart, we're also pulling back to right around the 26 moving average, and the 9 just crossed above the 12. So this is looking solid on the 5 and solid on the 1. And I don't know what happened on my 3 minute chart, so I'll have to re-add that. So if you're looking at the 1, this looks a little bit like there's a cooling. That's fine though, because it looks solid on the 5. So remember I was saying a pullback to the 9? There it is right there at the 9. Hitting a doji on the 9. Gonna join the bid here. I'm looking for a 3-tick move to the upside. That exit point would be at 3605.75, which is right at the 200 moving average. So the reason why I took that, entered that trade right there, is because I'm looking now for buyers to come in and step, because other people are going to be looking for that bounce off the 9 EMA as well. It's a very common strategy. It's used in stocks a lot of the time, especially low flow stocks. But I've also seen it apply to the futures market as well. So, yeah, and if you notice, I've got my sell order right here at the 200 moving average. And the reason, so I could put my sell order above that for a potential move past that, but then I'm banking on the resistance not holding. I'm banking on breaking of resistance, and I don't want to do that. For me, it's all about let's secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a pullback here, down 250 in this trade, but still up 687 on the day. I'm not worried about it, not yet anyway. That is a bit more of a pullback than I want to see. Pulling back to the VWAP. If we break below the VWAP, I'm out. I don't think we will, though. I think the VWAP will hold. Alright. Near break even in this trade. How much time is left in this candle? About another 25 seconds. Here's another thing to look at on the TTM is what is the rate at which the TTM is cooling. So the cooling here is these dark blue, and so we went from 8.7 to 8.7, so basically the same, to 8.5 to 8.0 to 7.4. The current one's 6.5. So really, I don't want to see it cool any more than that. There's that rip. That's exactly what we're looking for. It did top out a little early, 2 ticks or 3 ticks below our trade. Gonna take that profit there. Could have got a little bit more on that trade. That's okay. We're up 1062.50 on the day. What prop firm am I using? I am using Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding, these guys are super dope. One thing I really love about them is their customer service. To me, customer service is one of the things I look for the most in a company, because I want to make sure that I'm dealing with people who truly value their clients and truly value their customers. There is a link in the description. When you guys click that link, it does support this channel. In addition to that, you can also use the promo code JSVEST to get 25% off your evaluation for life. Okay, that's a lifetime discount. It'll drop it off the monthly. The evaluations that are available, you can actually earn funding all the way up to $300,000. Me personally, I think the 50K evaluation is one of the best values in the market. You can compare this to some of the other competitors out there. But what I really like about the 50K evaluation is that it allows you to take 8 positions in the ES. You can take eight minis. It's a lot of contracts. You can also take 80 micros as well. They have a max drawdown of 2,000 and a profit target of only 3,000, which is really low, all things considered. And giving you that option for that max drawdown of 2K, that's a lot by comparison to what else is out there. Typically, a lot of times it's 1K. But in addition to that, you'll get that 25% off anything that you see here, with the exception of the fast track evaluations. Okay, the fast track evaluations are not privy to the promo code, and that is because they're already so heavily discounted. You can see you get 25K for 45 bucks or 100K for 75 bucks. So yeah, this is who I'm using for prop firm. These guys are great. Love the company. I love the people who work from what I've met so far. So hence why I'm going with them. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tiny. I appreciate that. Boom. All right, let's jump back into these chats. Okay, so we did have that little rip pullback. This is actually looking really nice now for a break through the 200 moving average. Gonna just jump to the 5 real fast before we take this trade. But you can see we're super close to the cyan switch. We'd be looking at that 755, which is 2.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes. Sorry, math, as we like to say around here from time to time. All right, now we're looking for a pullback to about the 9, but you can see that the 9 is converging into the that 9 breaks above that. This thing's gonna just rip, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna go up. At least that's the intention. Took a trade there. Quick entry. I'm looking for a rip off this doji here to the upside, and I'm looking for that break through the 200 moving average. Our entry is right about where that doji is. 3605 exactly is our entry, which is great. This is a perfect entry point, at least where I wanted to be at. Would have loved to have gotten in here at like 360250 or just off this 9 bounce, but that's okay. For the 200 moving average, you can see we've rejected now once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I took this trade here based off the 5-minute chart, looking for that cyan switch on the 5-minute chart and the possible crossover on the 5. May end up being a losing trade, but I don't think it will. Currently down 437.50 in this trade, but up 750 on the day right now. Gonna lower my sell order to the 200 moving average yet again, although I do think we're going to rip through it, but just for safety's sake and risk management, I'm going to put it right here at the 200 moving average. And we are currently down on this trade, but I do think this will pop. There's that pop, up 1187.50. There's looking for like the rip through, a little bit of a rip through, not full power yet. I think we need to hit that 755 mark in order to see that full power move. You can see we're actually getting the cyan switch right now, right at 755, exactly when I said we would. And we're getting that possible crossover on the 5-minute chart. Let's look for an entry point now. We're going to look at 200 as the support level. And we're going to want to see a pullback to the 200, consolidation, and bounce off that. We did get a little pullback super fast. Okay, pulling back now. Let's go for an entry at like 3605.50. It's a pretty low entry point right here. Actually, I'm going to cut that just because we're getting a red dot on the TTM. Now, what the red dot means on the TTM, that means that we're slipping outside of the Bollinger Band. And by slipping outside of the Bollinger Band, that's kind of letting us know that, hey, this may be an area to consider not buying, but rather consider going short. Now that's on the 1-minute chart. On the 5-minute chart, though, it's telling a different story. You can see on the 5-minute chart, we're getting a cyan switch with a green inside the Bollinger Band. So I do think that over the next half hour or so, we're going to see continued rippage. but the 5 minute does need to break above this 200 moving average, and the 5 minute does need to get that crossover. Here's a thing to note on the 5 minute chart: the EMA 35 actually crossed above that 26 SMA. That looks really solid for bullish move. And in addition to that, the 9 and 12 are kind of diverging a bit, with the 12 diverging to the downside. That's what we want to see. At least a little bit. You want the 9 and 12 to be as far apart from each other as they possibly can in the upward direction, the 9 above the 12. The further that they are apart from each other, the more that we know that we're going to get continued rippage. We are getting a pullback to the VWAP. Big rejection off of the 200 moving average. That's why I love this 200 simple moving average, because it is such a strong point of rejection, a strong point of resistance, and it's been a very strong point of resistance in crypto, stocks, and futures. Everything that I've used it on, particularly I learned that strategy in cryptocurrency, and thought to myself, hey, would this work with stocks? And added it to my stocks, and I was like, oh wow, this is working really well. So I brought that over to futures at the time that we started the futures, and just wanted to see how well it worked there. It's super solid. It's actually more accurate on futures than I think it is on anything I've ever used it on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For the record, like that VWAP thing, like that was not me. That was like just the VWAP itself. You know what I mean? For the record, like, I mean, that strategy, that was not me. That's all John. So I'm not gonna try and take credit for that. But I will tell you that as he taught it, I really did absorb it and take it in and try and like make it my own. And so I have kind of like my own twist on it, if you will. Um, Gonna jump off this 5 minute chart now. Pull back, huge rejection off that 200 moving average. This is why I was waiting for that 5 minute chart to consolidate. So we got a double top here. That doesn't look good for bullish move. The 5 minute chart still looks pretty decent in terms of the indicators, but I definitely think that we're going to see some pullback now for the couple of reasons. Number one, we rejected pretty heavily off the 200 moving average here. Pull back to the VWAP, rejected the 200 moving average again, and pull back right below the VWAP. Number two, we've got the TTM cooled all the way down, switched over to the red, and it was right at that Bollinger Band point where we got out because we were just like, hey, you know what? I think this might drop, and lo and behold, it did. Now, what I'm going to be looking at, and I'm going to pull this out here a little bit. Now I'm looking at ascended support off this 3580 level. So what that looks like is probably more like right here. So what it looks at is like that. So I'm looking for ascended support. So I'm looking for a bounce right around here, right off this area, which is pretty in line with a bounce off the 50 EMA, the 50 exponential moving average. So I'd be looking for a bounce off that 50, and I'd be looking for the 50 and the 200 to converge on themselves. As they converge, when this green 50 crosses above the 200 moving average, there's a huge opportunity there for more moves to the upside. So I'm going to erase this ascending support here. That's essentially the area that we want this to hold. So now I'm going to be looking for a yellow candle on the TTM, and until I see that, I'm not going to take a trade. There's a potential I may take a short, but I don't think I will, because given where things are positioned, how we're kind of getting momentum toward the upside, even though we're down on the day, there's a lot of opportunity for this to come back and continue to rip. Another thing I might look for here as a possible crossover, there's that yellow on the TTM. It's funny, my intuition was like, take that trade. Take that trade. And I just didn't. I don't want to chase this, but I also don't want to miss it either. Trying to get in around like 3603. I think my order is a little too low. Yeah, we missed that whole move. That's whack. This is why the yellow candle matters on the TTM, is that big rip there. So you can see, like I said, we're looking for that yellow. Join the bid here. Just trying to get in. Ripped over the 200 moving average. Wow, we went straight from yellow to cyan. That's so crazy. That almost never happens. This is very strong momentum. Just trying to get in pretty much anywhere. I certainly wish we could have got a better entry on that, like, because we missed this whole 2 green candle move, and that's no bueno. No bueno at all. Taking 2 ticks just to secure that bag, just because I don't know if we just peaked here at 36.15 area. Join the bid there. Man, dude, this is like run a right pass every time I join the bid. Time. We still got a lot of time left on this. This looks like it's going to be a pullback candle. So I may look for an entrance off of 3610. Maybe 3610 is too much of a pullback, actually. Let's look for 3612. Cancel that. Join in here. So I'm looking for a retest of these highs, which is 36.17. I don't know if this one tapped 17. It did, yeah, it went above it. So I'm looking for 36.17 as the exit marker. 20 seconds left on this candle. Got this doji at the top on this previously recorded support and resistance level. Up 13.12 on the day. Off of this is our 7th trade. Hands over the cover button. I don't know about this one. Still holding through this pullback at the moment. I don't love this movement yet, though. TTM's only moving at a pretty short rate, actually. Less momentum than I want to see. Yeah, I gotta cut that. That was oh wow. It just continued to drop. I hit flatten, but it just continued to drop down. Pretty much gave back the vast majority of our profit on the day. Only up 187.50. That's so whack. Oh, easy come, easy go. What's this? Please send us. What? That's just a scammer. I don't know how to like make these go away from this side. Oh, dude, were you guys not seeing my charts? Just took a bad beat on that one. Going for a scalp up. I'm going to drop this off of 12. I'm going to go to 4 ticks. Got to work our way back up. Unfortunately, took a fatty loss right there. Still up on the day, up 312.50 though. We were up 1312.50, so we lost $1,000. We actually lost a little more than that. I was hitting the cover button and it just continued to drop and wouldn't sell. Sometimes that happens because you're trying to get out at market rate, but it's moving faster than the actual move itself. So we rejected off those levels. This is actually far more of a pullback than I wanted to see. So this to me is not looking great for that continued momentum upward now. Just because this rejection was so heavy. So I'm maybe looking to get short. So this is our pre-market here. And this is where we're at now. 5-minute chart is still looking positive on the TTM, but now I'm looking for, let's see what their moving averages are at. 950, then 12, or 35, then 12, then 26. Moving average actually look really nice on the 5-minute chart, but this is quite the pullback. I gotta set this 3-minute chart back up. I don't know why it went away. All right, we're on the 3-minute chart now. Okay, so why I like the 3-minute chart is this really does help me determine a lot of trend. Okay, so on the 3-minute chart, it's telling us a little bit more that we're seeing more cooling on the TTM. Went from 12.8 to 12.1, 12.0. So that's pretty significant momentum toward the downside on the 3-minute chart. Right now, all the indicators are indicating bullish on the moving average, but the TTM itself is not indicating that. And like I said, the TTM is one of our best indicators of momentum. I think we might get a U-shaped breakout here. Put this at 8 ticks. Join the bid right there. Looking for 8 ticks. This is $2 up. Hands over the cover. Covered it there, up 500. We do a TTM or a cyan on the TTM. Not much momentum with it though. Went from 2.5 to 2.5 to 2.5. So it's basically flat. That doesn't look good. You want to see the stacking happening. You want it to see going from 2.5 to 3.5 or 3.2 or something like that. But what you don't want to see is 2.5 to 2.5 to 2.5 because that's showing that even if you're getting a cyan and a dark blue candle or something like that, that's showing that's actually slowing down. This may look like a potential little ABCD pattern. We've got 40 seconds left on this candle. I don't want 8 ticks on this though. Just go for a quick 3. Missed that. Just looking for that exact little pop that just happened there. Got in a little late. I honestly think that one of the biggest things that cost me money in my trades is just getting in late. Got that 3 ticks up 687.50. Definitely we're doing fine in terms of the actual trading. I want to calculate in the fees because this is going to matter. So we're at 50, which is 10 trades so far. And let's add in that 436. It's 218 in fees minus that 687.50 that we got. So we're up 469.50 on the day. That $1,000 loss that we took, it was a little bit more, but the it ended up being about a K or so that we took through here. Really cost us pretty heavily because now we're having to trade more in order to get back up, and that adds more fees on top. And those fees that it adds is going to eat into our profits pretty substantially. So, how you guys doing so far? Okay, good. You saw the charts. Glad to know. Yeah, Tiny. I think that like he's just asking people to send him crypto. I don't know how to like actually make that thing disapprove on this side. I switched to this other platform, and they're really nice in terms of being able to provide high quality, high definition content, to be able to deliver this high definition content to you guys for way less than everybody else. But they have some work that they need to do in terms of the comments. Jumping back into the charts, down the bid there. Look for a little scalp to the upside. We only had a few more seconds left in that candle, so I probably shouldn't have taken this trade. But I think it'll work out just fine. I like this song. All right, that trade did work out just fine. Up 875 again on the day. That's 11 trades, up 875. Looking for 6 ticks on the next trade. Just looking for a quick pullback, but I'm gonna check the 3-minute chart real fast. Oh, dude, where did our three dispoofed again? What's going on with that? 5-minute chart looking good from 4.9 to 7 to 10. Yeah, 5-minute chart's looking solid. 5-minute chart, we're bouncing off that 200 moving average. So that's actually what we want to see. Actually going to go for more on this and to join the bid off this 35.12 or 36.12. Sorry. And look for a move up to 36.15, which is this resistance zone right here. Been streaming now for about 45 minutes. If y'all hanging out, y'all chilling, make sure you hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Ripped right on through that trade, up 1,625 on the day. Very nice trade. That's the breakout we're looking for. That's actually the breakout trade we were looking for right here. We didn't get it. We had a huge pullback, lost a K. Still managed to be green on the day. Worked our way back up. Now we're up higher than we were before. That is 60 contracts traded on the day. So that is 12 trades at 5 contracts. And we're looking at $436 per contract. So that's $261.60. And we got that $1,625 in profit, up $1,363 on the day. That is typically the area that I'm trying to be at on the end of every day, is up about $1,300, because that's what we've been able to prove. That's what we were able to prove last week, that we were utilizing this exact same strategy, proving that last week, and we're continuing to prove it with this strategy. The strategy is legit AF. Let me tell you. Alrighty. So definitely up really well on the day. We only took that one loss, I think it was, but it was a pretty fatty loss. It was like around $1,000. But if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, all that stuff that you do on in order to support YouTube creators. And on top of that, guys, if you want to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are great, wonderful people, and what I really like is that they work really hard to take care of the people. They have an awesome Discord group. Speaking of which, we have an awesome Discord group that is growing. It's currently very small, just like this channel, but that's okay. We will grow, and you guys can grow along with us. I would love and appreciate to have you guys there. There's a link in the description for the Discord group. If you guys want to check out Elite Trader Funding, check them out. Use the link in the description and grab yourself an evaluation if you think that you're ready to trade with somebody else's money in the futures market and earn your way into an account. But also, guys, too, we do have an email mailing list. I don't know if you guys are aware, but if you are not on that mailing list, it is the very first link in our description. And building our email list, and let me just say this. I personally believe that building an email list is the single most important asset to any online business. So I mentioned in the email earlier today that we would talk about things that you could do in order to make it through the recession, because we very clearly have a very strong, impactful recession coming through right now. The Bank of England was talking about shutting down trading potentially. The Bank of England is talking about creating more bailouts to stop the a fire sale, as they put it in their own words. And last Friday, we had a financial crisis happen over in the UK as well. So all that stuff is going to hit the global market pretty substantially. Right now, the US dollar is strong against the British pound. And one of the reasons why I actually don't think that is necessarily a good thing is because you've got all these other countries that have their currency that is dropping, and they're putting that money into the US dollar, because the US dollar is the global reserve currency at this particular point in time. And so it's where a lot of people put their money when they don't know where else to put their money. So that's one of the reasons why the US dollar is strong, but it's strong against a entirely globally weak economy. So definitely every single indicator, every economist, including myself, and I've been saying this for years now, that a recession, a very heavy recession, is inbound. So the question then becomes, what do you do with that? What do you do with that information, with that recession on the way? Number one, we definitely want to build assets, and this is not, just for the record, this is not financial advice. This is some of the things that I'm looking at doing, and an email list is one of those assets, because what that allows me to do is it allows me to communicate with you guys. It allows me to have a community around, like, with you guys. It also allows, I'm gonna hang on, we're getting a little bit of a breakout. It also allows for us to stay in contact, for us to be able to share ideas back and forth. I've been a digital entrepreneur for a very long time, and one of the things that taught me is that you can create something in any market, particularly if there's a recession inbound, right? Entertainment is one of the biggest things that people will want and need during that recession. So, entertainment, like if you're looking at starting a YouTube channel, now is an awesome time. YouTube actually just changed their policies, by the way. And I'm super, super pumped about this. YouTube just changed their policies to where they're going to be funneling in a lot, like an insane amount of traffic in order to YouTube Shorts. But they also mentioned that they're looking at paying their creators a significant amount of money. Just for getting that content out there and creating consistently. So, now is one of the best times to become a YouTube creator. That is just one thing that can help create a growing and sustainable income through a downward market. Because, if you think about, like, one of the things that people never stop spending on when it comes to global recessions, like they're not canceling their Netflix, dude. Like, they're not canceling their Amazon Prime. They're not canceling these things, and it's they're not canceling these things for a lot of reasons. Number one, people need entertainment. They're going to want that escapism. They're going to want to just kick it with somebody online. Number two, you know, people aren't canceling their Netflix and other things like that because they're gonna want something to be able to like escape and just chill and relax and watch a show with. So they're not going to be looking to cancel these services. Instead, people are more likely to do things like consolidate debt, or to do things like look for side hustles, and that's really one of the best ways to get through a recession is developing a side hustle. But me personally, one of my own personal things that I view as the best way to get through a recession is to actually build a business because things are cheap, and there's a lot of opportunity when things are cheap. Just a couple of thoughts, in my opinion, on the recession. But make sure you guys join the email list because that's definitely going to be a topic of conversation in the coming months. Is getting through that and working together as a crew in order to get through that. And we've got the Discord community to be able to help you guys with ideas, execution, and anything else like that. Because it's not just about trading; it's also about us. It's about each other. It's about this community. I don't know if I like this trade. I took it for the pop back up towards this area, but I think I'm a little early to this party. Just got out there with 2 ticks profit. Up 1750. It may continue to pop it. That's okay. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys join that Discord group, join that email mailing list, because all that stuff is just going to help us develop this community even further and be able to help each other out. So, all right, let's take a look at our stats on the day. So currently up $1,750 in the simulator. We have traded 65 contracts. That is 13 trades. Out of those 65 contracts, we paid $283.40 in fees, and we're up $1,750 on the day, putting us up $1,466.60 on the day. We are continuing to get upward movement. CTM at 4.6 went to 4.8. I think we're starting to capitulate and go towards a downward side of the move. You can see, so we had this U-shaped breakout, and now we're kind of getting this flag on the play. And so we may have more consolidation here over the next like 20-30 minutes. This is almost like an ABCD pattern. So we got that A right there. There's the B. We could potentially form a C, and then have that D rip up. But I don't know. Looks like consolidation to me. Definitely some moves through here though. I mean, that's pretty rangy. From 13 up to 15. I mean, that's like 12 ticks. That's like $750 on 5 contracts if you're able to capture the whole thing. But even if you just got a little piece of it, there's definitely some ops here. And TTM is very slowly stacking. Oh, let's check the 5 and see what's going down there. 5 has a very like classic bull pendant on there, on the 5-minute chart. I don't know why it's not giving me my 3. One day, I didn't know I could do it right here. It's all easy. Intraday, daily, yeah, intraday. Okay. Oh, right. I need to add it to my saves. Alright. So let's take a look at this on the 3-minute chart. 3 minutes cooling on the TTM. Now, the 3-minute, in my opinion, is one of the best for determining trend. So it went from 3 to 2.9. Or it went from 3.59 to 2.8. So downward trend right now. beginning to happen. I would not be surprised if this actually pulls back and continues to drop. And back to the 1 minute. There's that drop. That's why I don't trade flags that much. Because a lot of times they're fake outs. Nine still above 12, running into the 26 and bouncing up 35. So now what we'd be looking for is if this is going to continue to move to the upside, we'd be looking for bounces along the 35 and then bounce back up. NASDAQ 350 plus and Dow 650 plus. Oh, that's awesome, man. So is that what you're agreeing on the day? I don't think I've ever traded the Dow. I pretty much just trade the ES anymore. I used to trade the NQ, but I actually like the movement on the ES better. It's just more predictable to me, and I like that you get paid $12.50 a contract. Getting that bounce off that 35, like I mentioned. We got 10 seconds left in this candle. I want to get into. I guess I should have taken it. Wow. Wow. Oh, man. Look at that rip. Such a strong bounce off of 35. Resistance up here. Um, Pretty clear resistance right there. I should have taken it too. Intuition was like, yeah, you should take that trade. I wish I could follow my intuition every single time that it like whispers at me, but sometimes it's just like so subtle. And you're like, well, you know, okay, I want to take that trade. And so then I start like going through my checklist of what I should check for the trade, and then it just rips without you. But that's the name of the game. Sometimes it just runs without you. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Pulling back to 36.15. Eight seconds left in this candle. One of the reasons why I didn't take this trade had to do with the amount of time left in the candle. Between the mid there, looking for a 4-tick move to the upside. We got that up 2K on the day. Wow, that is a way bigger rip than I expected. Jumped all the way up to 38.20. But you can see that we actually stepped out of the Bollinger Band. That doesn't bode well for continued upward move on the 1 minute. I don't know why this 3 minute won't save. It shows up in there as my favorites. 3 minute continuing to trend downward from 12 to 11. That was such a bigger move than I expected this to happen, with having only 8 seconds left in the candle. And then this one was a nice big move. Getting a rejection off there. Like I said, we were stepping into the red in the Bollinger Band. And so that really kind of indicated that we're definitely, not definitely, we have a high likelihood of seeing it pull back. I try not to speak in absolutes if I can avoid it, just because absolute, like when you speak in absolutes, a lot of times that just really puts you in a position to where you're just like, it is this way or it is that way. And the fact is, life just ain't that. Like, Life just is not that one sided, so to speak. Uh, we've been trading for quite a long time today. We're up 2,000 in the sim. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We've traded 70 contracts, which is 14 trades. Oops. Yeah, 14. Bounce off that 9 there. So 70, 436 in fees, 305.20. Minus our 2,000. So we're up 1694.80 on the day in the sim. I am really excited to bring this strategy to the evaluation because it's working very well, very accurate. This is a lot of volume. Like you can see, so I've got this blue line here indicating where our kind of average volume is. It's definitely above average volume. Now remember, I've talked about this before. Volume is the biggest and most important indicator for volatility. It's more important than the volume and average price. It's more important than any of the moving averages. Also, remember that volume is an indicator. Um, it's kind of a weird thing to to think about, you know, pushing to remember, but I think it's important just because volume is the most important indicator of volatility. So if you're wanting to capitalize on intraday movement, you need volume. If you don't have it, you're not going to be able to enter and exit out of trades as you would need to. You're also going to struggle with support and resistance zones pretty substantially. Wow. Okay, going full bull on the ES today. He's retraced almost all of his losses on the day. I want to make that clear. That's on the day. You can see right here, 35.27 or so was the peak of the pre-market. And we got continued rippage on the TTM on the 5-minute chart. This is why I like this TTM indicator so much. You can see right here where it switched. Let me zoom in here. You can see right here where it switched. It just ripped. And then now we got this sort of like this flag here, and we're continuing to move to the upside. Jumping back to the 1-minute chart, that would have been a nice move there that I missed because I was talking about tech analysis. Way outside the Bollinger Band. I'm hesitant to trade up here just because of how far it is outside the band. So if we think about like standard deviation, we look at how far away this is from the volume and average price, there's a high probability that we will push back down and consolidate towards the lower areas before we continue to move back up. But because we had this consolidation here and here, I'm not too worried about that happening right now at this particular point in time. How's everyone doing out there? You guys green, red? What's the deal? I'd love to hear it. We're up 2K on the day in the sim. Looking to bring that strategy to the evaluation. By the way, if you guys are also looking to earn funding in the futures market, check out Elite Trader Funding. Talk about them a couple of times on the stream today, but I just want to let you guys know you guys can get a 50K evaluation. You can actually get all the way up to a 300K evaluation. And you guys can use the link in the description and promo code JSBEST, that's JSBEST, to get 25% off for life on any of the products, any of the evaluations that you see here, with the exception of the fast track evaluations, because these are already so heavily discounted. One of the things that's really cool about the fast tracks is you can get a 100K account for 75 bucks. That allows you to take 14 positions with a profit target of 6,000. So the fast tracks have a little bit higher profit targets, but they're designed to just be like, get in and start. Like these are, I would say the fast tracks are actually for people who really kind of know what they're doing and already have a strategy in place. Definitely, you'd want to have a strategy in place before you attempted any of these. But But yeah, these guys are awesome to work with. They've been really great. They have a great Discord group. And speaking of which, we also have a awesome Discord group as well. If you guys want to join a wonderful community, growing community, very small right now at the moment. If you guys want to join a growing community of traders and entrepreneurs and all around optimistic people, by and large, please join our Discord group. We would love to have you in there. I do get active in there every day and respond to stuff. I'm not active in there 24/7 because that's just not the life I want for myself. I want to come in and hang out with you guys for a little bit and then bail out and then come back and then keep, just um, be in and out of the group as I would hope that you guys want to be as well. But yeah, guys. So we're just developing a community there of entrepreneurs, optimists, and traders. So if you guys want to join that, it's just joelstrade.com/Discord. And there's also a link in the description as well. Let's take a look at the charts again. Wow, just continuing to rip to the upside. Definitely could have taken a straight step back into the band. Probably spent too much time talking. Rejection now at 36.25, which makes a lot of sense because here is the pre-market high, in which we fell all the way back down at 35.80. I know a lot of people will be looking to get short here. On a downward pressure. 3 seconds left on this candle. Going short right there, looking for 4 ticks to the downside. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I actually got filled right at the bottom of that candle. I should have actually shorted off the green. Time on this candle. Four seconds left. Cutting it. Took a bit of a loss there. Lost 312.50 on that one. I think we're quite ready to be going short. So ending the day up 1687.50. Not bad. Could have done without that last loss. That's okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down here, and I want to thank each and every one of you optimists for showing up today. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. And like I said, recession likely inbound, but that's okay because we're optimistic people, and we're going to look for opportunity not just in the markets, but out there in our lives. We're going to look for entrepreneurial opportunities, and we will develop as many income streams as we possibly can in order to create that lifestyle that we're all kind of like wanting to you know embody, if you will. Sort of that healthy, wealthy, balanced lifestyle that is calm and zen, and at least that's what I'm after. You know, but also with that excitement and that stability backing you. So a lot of opportunity coming up with recession inbound, and we're gonna seek to take advantage of every one of them that we possibly can. And that Discord community, that's gonna help you guys have a solid community of people to be able to bounce ideas off of, and also get support for your ideas as well. All right, guys, I love and appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m., 10:30 Eastern time, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, and we'll see you then. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. I love and appreciate you. Peace.